Hi, I'm Dr. Stacy Gherardi. I'm an assistant professor in my 5th year in the School of Social Work within the College of Health and Social Services. Before coming to NMSU, I practiced for about 8 years in the Chicago area as a school social worker, and before that I was a 4th grade teacher. While I'm licensed as a social worker and maintain my active licensure, my doctorate, my PhD, was actually in education policy studies. And so I'm really interested in the intersections between social policy and education policy. My research has looked at a lot of different areas. I began by spending some time looking at inclusive education and the role of technology in facilitating inclusive educational approaches. Since then, I've really deepened my focus into looking at school social work and the roles that school social workers play in school, how we can build interprofessional collaboration between school social workers and educators and other service providers in school settings. Also in that vein, I'm really interested in thinking about and helping schools to develop approaches to better respond to the non-academic needs that students and families bring to school. So in that regard, I've looked at models like the community school model, and I've also done a lot of work looking at trauma-informed approaches within education. And that's in both K-12 education, and I've also started applying some of that work also into higher education and specifically social work education. I really have a passion for community-driven and community-based research. And so a lot of my work is done in partnership with our local school districts, both the Las Cruces Public Schools and Albuquerque Public Schools. And in particular, I have partnerships with the community school boards or community school partnerships in both of those districts. I've also been doing some work with the Carlsbad Municipal Schools to help them rethink and revise the roles that they assign to school social workers. I'm really interested and excited to find out more and find other opportunities to collaborate, especially with folks who are doing similar work in schools so that we can work together to improve outcomes for students.